Welcome back to Broken Bobby's transformation page. In the late 80s, I became involved with drugs and would eventually become part of that lifestyle of trafficking, addiction, and violence. Over the next 20 years, I would be in and out of jail and prison. If you're thinking about trying something or you're dealing with addiction, your life don't need to go down the same path mine did. I hurt a lot of people, both physically and emotionally. These are my stories of how I transformed my life, and you can too. Let's guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see by the title and the thumbnail, these are some skinhead stories, and a little bit on the homie Savage that I've talked about in previous videos. A lot of people seem to want to hear some stories about him, so I will kind of give you what I knew about him and how he was and what it was like doing time with him as we go along in this story. Now, some of these stories are from the streets, some of these stories are from jail, and some of these stories are from prison. But you know, we'll cover some bases here, and hopefully you guys will enjoy. So if you're new to the channel and you enjoy content like this, be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, drop a comment, and share the video. It really helps to get the video out there, and it helps the channel to grow. Also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that anytime I drop a new video, you will be informed and you can check it out when you're ready, and also when I go live. So skinheads basically are frontline soldiers in the penal system. My first experience with skins, or a skin I should say, was me and some of my friends. We had this friend named Kevin in junior high, and we were all promoted to high school, and the next year we went to San Bernardino High School. And this friend Kevin, just a regular white guy, we come back, and you know, I hung with a mixed group. There were some Southsider types, I guess you would say, some white guys, and you know, like a mixed group basically. And when we got to high school the first day. I'm a freshman. I'm just taking in the sights, kind of overwhelmed by everything. You know how it is when you're first year in high school. And one of the homies says, "Hey, there's Kevin." And I look over, and he's got his head bicked. Like he had hair like mine. Well, you know, he had hair. Not necessarily like mine, but he had hair in junior high. And now all of a sudden he was a skinhead. And you know, as he's passing by, I'm like, "What's up, Kevin? What happened?" You know? And he like kind of pulls me to the side, and I could not believe it, man. This dude was cool. And he says, "I can't hang around you no more, bro, because you're hanging around them." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, you know, I'm like 13, maybe 14 years old. Like, I don't know nothing at this point. And like, that just blew my mind, you know. I'm like, all right, well, then I guess we can't hang out no more, you know, whatever. So a couple days later at school, there were quite a few skinheads that were going there, and there were a lot of blacks as well. And at lunchtime, they kicked off a riot right there in the quad area, you know, where everybody goes to lunch. And like, that was the first time I seen a major incident type of thing happen. Like, they brought in the city police. Like, there wasn't so many school police back then, but they brought in the city police. There were sheriffs out there in riot gear with the shields and stuff. And I'm just like, wow, this is crazy, you know? So yeah, that was my first experience. And then a few years later, in '92, I would get arrested and go to Glen Helen in San Bernardino County. And there were a lot of young skinheads in Glen Helen. And, you know, I wasn't really sure of who I was supposed to hang around with and stuff. So, like, I was kicking it with these guys. And, you know, I forget how long I did that first time, but, you know, at some point, I noticed, like, we'd be playing cards or whatever, and they'd be keeping score, and they'd be drawing like swastikas and stuff, and putting SWP on there. And I asked them, what does that mean? Like, because I still didn't know a whole lot about a whole lot. So they kind of explained the movement to me, and I pretty much distanced myself from those guys not too long after that. But yeah, like those guys always got their hands raised, always ready to go when there's some action to be had. And shout out to them. Like, these guys are straight soldiers. So nothing but respect. I don't necessarily agree with their belief system, but when it comes to incarceration, like, these guys are with the business. So I would go on to end up in LA County Jail a few years later. And the first, there were, I was in a dorm. I was sent to 9500, and it was a trustee dorm at this time. But a lot of the population, at least amongst the woods, were parolees, parole violators and stuff. And so we were working in the kitchen and stuff, and I would end up kind of linked up. This guy Pig took me under his wing. I'm not sure if he was a skin or not. Like, he definitely had some of the right markings. He didn't tell me anything as far as that stuff goes, but he was definitely with the business. Had a big old Swazi on his chest, and like, he schooled me up on what was expected of a white man doing prison time, or even county jail time for that matter. So shout out to you, Pig, if you see this. I appreciate what you did for me. Like I said, I'm not sure if he was a skin or not, but he was definitely with the business, and he like gave me some game that you definitely can't get in school. So eventually I would end up in LA County Supermax in the dorms. And this is where I came across Savage from the Riot Story. Now, Savage was a big boy. I would say probably about 6'3", 6'4", probably somewhere in the vicinity of about 260 pounds or so. And this dude was blasted with tats. Had that mentality. Like, he was, I believe I don't remember what area he was from. I think it was San Gabriel Valley, but I could be wrong on that one. And like, this guy was militant. Like I said, he was with the business. And the thing about him that I really truly remember was amongst the white population, and there wasn't a lot of us. There was like maybe 9 or 10, 11 of us in that dorm. If he didn't respect you, like, he would do little sideways things to kind of make it known that he didn't respect you. But a lot of people wouldn't do anything because, like I said, he's a big boy, and he had been in and out of the joint a lot, and like, definitely with the business. There was a white guy that had come in, and one story in particular that I remember. Not everybody necessarily has a towel in LA County Jail. Like, sometimes it's hard to get them. I'm speaking for the wood population. I can't really speak for the other group segments. But like, we kind of had I don't want to call it a community towel, because not everybody didn't have one, but some didn't, some did. And Savage asked to borrow this other guy's towel, and the guy was like, yeah, it's cool, bro, just don't dry your behind area, basically, with it. And Savage was talking shit, basically, and he's like, who the F does this guy think he is, telling me what to do and what not to do with the towel? And he took a shower and he was flossing the backside with it. And I'm thinking, man, that's effed up, you know? And I'm looking at the other guy like, well, what are you gonna do about that, bro? Like, you gave him specific orders. He didn't end up doing anything about that. And honestly, when the riot would eventually kick off in that dorm, which I've told the story about that before, the LA County Jail riot, part 1 and 2, you can check those out. That guy was one of the people that didn't take action in that situation, and he would end up getting rolled up out of there afterwards. So, you know, these skinheads, like I say, they're with the business. If it seems like if you're respected, then you're cool. Excuse me. And if you're not, then it is what it is, you know. With what I've seen of them is they're always frontline soldiers when it comes to the prison yard or even the county jail. And they're willing to fight for the white man, basically. You know, with all due respect to everybody else. You know, these you have these other groups like NLR and P9. They're similar in their get down as far as how they do their time and frontline status type of stuff. I don't think NLR is on the lines anymore, but yeah, these guys are all the frontline guys, and they take care of business, and it's pretty well known as far as that goes within the system. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story. If you enjoy content like this, be sure to subscribe. If you like the video, hit the like button. Either way, drop a comment. Let me know what you think and what your experiences have been with folks like this. Also, share the video. It really helps us to gain more exposure. And hit that notification bell so that when I go live or I drop a new video, you will be informed. Now, I just finished doing a video with Sandman, formerly of Paradigm Media. So that interview should be dropping in the next day or two. His channel is called Growing Revelations. If you haven't checked it out yet, be sure to go check him out. He's putting some good content out over there. So family, fitness, and freedom are the things that help me to not be a part of these sort of lifestyles and be in these sort of situations, and they can help you as well. You know, the thing is, if we keep bumping our head against the wall, we're going to keep ending up in these types of situations and dealing with prison politics and being in that mix. So, you know, if you're new to sobriety, welcome. You can do it. You know, it is definitely doable. If I was able to do it, you can do it as well. So, hope everybody's week is off to a great start. And as I always say at this time, don't look at the mountain. Just start climbing.